Knock knock.
Who there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
Wow, I didn't realize you could yodel.
We don't have it yet. We don't have it yet.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of We Don't Have It Yet. I am one of your hosts, Wyatt. The other host, Nick, is on the other side of this microphone, I guess.
Hey-o.
Hey, Nick. We've got a fun, truncated show for you today. We're actually recording this only a few days after the new episode dropped today, actually. We're recording this on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. We've got some fun stuff for you. Not a whole lot, because, we're on a crunch here. We've got the Sony lawsuit over digital media growing. We're getting some more Lord of the Rings video game remasters and breaking news, which is not really going to be so much breaking when you guys listen to this next week. But Costco has shadow dropped a Pokemon Pinball Home Edition for $5,000, and I think we might have a chump of the week this week. Nick, what is going on with you? I know we're recording this early because I think you got something coming up.
I'm getting out of Dodge, man. Getting away. Nah, boys start school next week, so we're going to back to the eastern shore of Maryland to visit the parental units. Actually, visit the old grandparents. Haven't been there since before we moved to California, so 2019 was the last time I was at my parents' house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kind of nuts.
So are you going to get some pit beef?
I don't even know where I'd go in Ocean City, Maryland.
I didn't know they were in Ocean City.
Yeah, they live in a tourist town or right outside of it. Have for 20 years now, but I think there's actually a Chaps on Ocean Highway there now, but you heard it here first, folks. Chaps is fair at best when it comes to Baltimore pit beef. Don't believe the Food Network hype. There are much better places. Shout out Jake's, Falls Road in 83. Go to Jake's. But yeah, it'll be good. Get away, I guess, for a couple days, like a long weekend. We'll be back on like Tuesday. And by the time you hear this episode, I'll be back. Hopefully can get out to the beach. Let the boy enjoy that. I'm not a huge sand person. Shocking, I know. But they have a pontoon boat. I'm gonna go out on the Chesapeake Inlet and laze around. Hopefully just chill. I don't know. Maybe we'll get him over to the boardwalk or something, or go on rides. But definitely mini golf involved at some point.
Has the kid been out to? Oh, he must have. Yeah, he's old enough to have been out to Maryland.
Well, he doesn't remember it.
Oh, okay. Wow. So this will be his first seeing where Dad grew up. Well,
no, I didn't grow up there. They see where Grandma and Granddad split to when Dad turned 18. I think I was 19 when they moved, actually. No, yeah, so he's got his last day at camp this morning. I went and dropped him off, and God, he'll be starting school next week. I was very proud this morning, though, because I said, what do you want to listen to on the way to camp for the last day? And he goes, we've heard a lot of Weird Al lately, so I'm going to go with Secret Elephant. And this pleased me to no end. For anybody that doesn't know, Secret Elephant is the latest Necrogoblicon single featuring Real Big Fish, and it's kind of here. Metal horns, Wyatt.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun driving to the Historical Society, blaring that out the windows this morning, rocking out with them. But yeah, it'll be good to get away for a couple days, man. Following your lead, I need to take more vacations.
You really do. It's kind of nice. Not that I take a ton of vacations, but I'm always on the move, it appears. So.
Well, you got interesting stuff going on. Speaking of, you said you're going on an adventure this weekend to try and win a very unusual looking trophy, from what I saw.
Yeah. So I think I can't remember when we recorded last time if I had my van project wrapped up, but if I didn't, I got the electrical work done. Shout out to my buddy Chris, who I would not have been able to get it done without pretty much all of his work and expertise. Electrical is one thing that I don't know a whole lot about, and I don't really want to know a whole lot about because I've been electrocuted enough times that I don't enjoy it. So got the van up and running, and the Bug Club, which is the classic Volkswagen New Hampshire car club. Every year they do what's called Volks Quest, which is a scavenger hunt that they do where you show up at a location. You are handed a piece of paper that has probably 25 different items on it with point ranges from 1 to 10 points. Basically, something like go get a photo of your vehicle next to an apple tree or next to a mailbox that looks like an animal. And you have 3 hours to drive around the surrounding area to find as many things as you can and come back. Total up your points, and whoever wins gets to take home the Volksquest trophy, which is a giant piston-shaped trophy that you get to hold on for the year. This will be my first year doing it. My cousin Matt's coming out with me, so it's going to be kind of fun to get him out there, because whenever him and I get together, it's usually stupid. So, and it doesn't help that, you know how competitive I am. Well, that's because I grew up with Matt and Sean, who are also the most competitive people I know, so him and I are going to be... If we don't win, we're going to be disappointed.
So. Well, you said piston looking. From the picture you showed me, it looks like it's an actual engine piston made into a trophy.
I haven't looked at it since I sent you guys the photo. It very well may be a piston out of a Volkswagen Beetle.
It looks like it, yeah, because I think I even said at the time, it's a lot more interesting than the, gold plastic from the local trophy store kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't do that garbage with the Bug Club, baby.
I haven't done a scavenger hunt since college, probably.
Yeah,
God,
I haven't done one forever.
They
so
are
excited.
So much fun. Yeah, it feels like something that actually should be like illegal or something almost, because you're just these people set off and let loose on the town going after all this ridiculous shit. Yeah, it's just fun. There should be more
it's basically,
of
there's obviously rules and everything. Still follow the rules of the road. If it's private property, be respectful. Stuff like that, but. It'll be a good test for the van after having all the electrical done. I've taken it out for a couple trips so far, and it's gone pretty well. But we're going to be driving around for a solid 3 hours. So if we make it through this without any breakdowns, it'll be exciting. If we can make it through without any breakdowns,
you're gonna push it like you see the other van making the run for the finish line. You're gonna jam her down, hit the RPMs in the old G Van Choi.
Well, the nice thing is it's you have 3 hours and their staggered starts by like 2 minutes, so it's not necessarily a race. You just need to be back within 3 hours of your start time, and if you come back later than that, every minute you come back, you lose a point.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully, it's less of a race and more of a just find everything and hopefully get back in time.
You put the hammer down on those 96 horsepower.
Hey, 82, baby. We ain't got no 96. What do you think this is? It's a 1.9 liter flat 4, baby.
That's awesome. Oh man, that's gonna be so much fun. I'm jealous. I think you should definitely come back with some great stuff to talk about from that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can convince Matt. I know Caitlin has a basically like a GoPro type thing she has for a motorcycle. I'm gonna see if I could actually mount it inside the van and just get some footage of Matt and I yelling at each other for 3 hours. So
yeah, I mean you got to put one of those gimbal cams on the dashboard or something, and that would just make a great documentary.
Yeah, we could end up in the Toronto International Film Festival here soon. You never know.
Let's go.
All right.
What do you want to do? You want to jump right into the news on this short week, good buddy?
Sadly, we're on a time crunch, so we're gonna move pretty fast this week. So why don't you hit me with that beautiful news drop, Nick?
We don't have it yet. News.
So sorry, I don't know if you, I don't know if you saw this link. I added it just before we started recording, but it goes along with a subject that we've been talking about quite a bit over the last several months, how you do not own anything digital. Anything you buy that is digital, you don't own. So if you don't own it, you can't steal it. There's an article from Dexerto about a guy who purchased the Lord of the Rings movies back in 2022 digitally, and he realized he went to his Google TV service, which I think was Google Play Movies or whatever, Google Play at some point. And he went to go watch his Lord of the Rings recently and found out that they were nowhere to be found. So he reached out to Google to be like, "Hey, I don't have this anymore. What's going on here?" And Google came back and said, "Well, that's it's outside of our 120-day refund window. We're not giving you any money back." And he was like, "But I don't
Well, they
have
said
it
we
anymore."
don't own the license, and it doesn't qualify
Yep.
for a refund because you're over
Yep.
120 days. So tough ganoonies.
Yep. So not really a whole lot to go over on this, except for the fact that be careful if you buy anything from any digital service. And as Sony is very quickly trying to move to an all digital storefront where you can only buy stuff from them, I I really would hope, and I know they're not going to, because that there's already PS6, prototypes out there, so it's probably too late for them to backtrack on it. They could probably put an add-on Blu-ray drive into it, but Sony's making their bed right now, and like digital media sucks. I understand that it works for some people that don't have space to keep things, but just be careful. Don't
It's just a
You're
matter
not
of
gonna own
preference,
anything.
really. And
Yeah.
the controllers are saying, yeah, we don't care if you have a preference. Get fucked is basically the
Yeah.
response that you get as a consumer regarding anything. Oh, yeah, that isn't fair. Well, good luck with that.
Oh, you bought it digitally,
Yeah.
and 3 years down the road, we decide that we're gonna pull that license from you. We're not giving you any money back. You gave
I
us
mean,
that $70, and it's gone.
I don't think this is, this is just playing devil's advocate, but let's suppose you spend $100 on GTA 6 digital for PS5, and then Microsoft buys Take-Two Interactive and makes it an exclusive. Do you just lose that license? That's an extreme example that's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, that's going to end up happening in places, is it not?
Absolutely. It definitely will. It's such a stupid, slippery slope, and I don't know. I hate this. It seems like every week we have another story about somebody that, had something and then they lose the digital rights, and it's basically tough noogies.
It's
Like,
shitification defined, man. They've
yeah.
run out of new ways to create new revenue streams. So let's just hit up the customers we already have and make them pay more for the same thing. That's what it is. Take what was a service that was provided for free and make it a premium thing now. And it's everything. Everything
And
sucks.
more and more people are going to utilize VPNs, which if you don't anyway, you should use a VPN even if you're not acquiring items from shady places. You might want to just route your traffic through somewhere else, because
Yeah, or use a
it's
DNS
just
mesh
safer.
or a million other things. Yeah.
So
That's a
but
whole hour on its own.
It is. This actually, I didn't add this news story on this, but it was something I just quickly read. But the new Insomniac Wolverine game that's going to be coming out in a couple months, Insomniac announced that the entire game is going to be on the disc, and you do not need any online connection to play it. So there's a nice little bright
Good for them.
light
Throwing a
there.
middle finger up at Sony, who are releasing an exclusive Wolverine edition of the PS5, but not the disc, but not the physical edition.
It's going to be one of the last games that Sony releases that is on disc. So
yep.
So feel free to go ahead and get that, because you'll actually have the game once it comes out. Or
if you want to go in another direction, the community have recently hacked the PS5 up to, I think, firmware 13, which is one of the more recent ones. They have an exploit that's working via the web dev kit, I think, and jailbreak will come soon behind that. And if you're on, I think it's 12.6 or 12.4 or lower, you can now do a jailbreak straight from a Blu-ray disc by just inserting it. So maybe take your PS5 and turn it into a Steam machine, or install Linux, or maybe test out games digitally yourself if you know how, that you might want to purchase later but can only buy digitally. I don't know. I'm not inferring that you should do anything that's illegal, but it's your hardware. You should be able to do what you want with it.
Right to fix.
Yeah, right to repair is the whole
That's
thing.
the word.
And I think, Louis Rossmann rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but he's a force for good in this shitification space, man. And they actually put a bounty on the PS5. They're like, if you
Yeah.
guys crack this firmware, we got 25 grand for you. It's awesome. I love stuff like that. Screw them. They're certainly not going to do us any favors.
No, they're not. And speaking of not doing anyone any favors and Sony sucking, Nick, I hear that there may be a lawsuit that some people are joining on against Sony.
Yeah, it looks like so there's a Dutch consumer group formed a lawsuit against Sony over just total digital store monopoly. So not even necessarily focusing on the physical thing, but obviously it relates. And you've brought this up, so I said, what if I want to buy this game on PS5 from a different marketplace? You can't.
You can't.
That explains that. So I mean, they are quite literally a monopoly. I don't know how they win this argument though when you have something like the Apple Store.
Right.
Because Apple sure as hell won't let you use a different app store on their hardware, will they?
No,
And they've all but locked you out of sideloading anything on their hardware, which Google is rapidly moving towards in a couple months.
But you never know. This lawsuit could open up a lawsuit against Apple.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see.
I mean,
the fact that the New Mexico lawsuit is making Meta/Facebook open to state lawsuits from all over the place, and they're facing like $500 billion in potential fines now. Good.
Yeah. No, I mean, EU seems to take this crap a lot more seriously than we do over in the United States. So, I mean, I could see a ruling against Sony here, and then these same people going after Apple. I don't know what Apple's defense would be if they lose this. Oh, are you okay, sir?
Yeah. Well, EU got us, or not me, but got you the USB-C standard back into Apple phones. Thankfully, versus the proprietary Lightning or Thunderbolt crap or whatever it is. And
not me,
they'll
but
also
you.
pushing forward, right to repair with the battery has to be accessible, I think, as of next year.
Yep.
So it's a good. Thank God somebody's fighting for consumers in some manner whatsoever. But yeah, so Stop Killing Games. Reading here, a consumer-led initiative working to end the trend of developers killing online or live service games once official support for them has ended. They are the latest entity to join these lawsuits. So even if they're not necessarily a formally listed complainant, I don't know if they are, but that's a hell of an organization to have in your court for this type of argument.
Mm-hmm.
Because God knows that, new as it is, it seems like everybody that we know in the space that is doing good is joining on to Stop Killing Games, I think. So it's certainly a good movement. Where it goes from here, we can only watch.
And actually, here in the article, Mexican lawmakers have also filed a formal complaint against the National Antitrust Commission. So, I mean, they're digging their own grave. I mean,
well, they see it as a cash-in. I mean, now's the time. Strike while the iron's hot. The U.S. has no consumer protections. The U.S. has no monopoly regulations right now. There is no business regulation. It is the Wild West. Do whatever you want and call it progress.
So we need to rely on the rest of the world to help us out here.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
Even
man.
though they shouldn't, because we suck. Let's be honest, we suck.
Yeah, we deserve the reputation we've got. But on happier news, Wyatt, speaking of, I think we brought up Lord of the Rings at some point, but it looks like there are going to be remasters of all the old Lord of the Rings games, or one just shadow dropped.
Yeah. I think it was War in the North.
War of the North
just dropped.
Yeah, so that's
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, War in the North and they're planning on releasing more. Yeah, War in the North just shadow dropped on modern platforms.
That was the real-time strategy game, like the StarCraft type Lord of the Rings thing, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And so I guess what everybody's curious of is, will they be remaking the main entry games, Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King, that came out in the PS2 generation? Did you play those back in the day? Because those were some of my favorite,
I don't know if I did.
Adventure games.
The only ones I played was Shadow of War and whatever the other
Shadow
one
of Mordor or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they're two. That I played those and I really enjoyed those.
Those like exist in the universe,
but they're not the actual Lord of the Rings story.
Yeah, these are, playing as Aragorn or Gandalf or what have you, and very fitting for this month's topic. Actually, good, adaptations of movie property. I think they show their age a little now, but I'd love to see remakes of those. But as I'm talking about this, I'm realizing, oh, these are all EA properties, aren't they? And thus, are these Saudi-made remakes now? / Kushner?
If EA still has the rights.
Are these Saudi Kushner productions? No, wait, so this begs the question, as much as I'd love to see remakes of these games, I don't care as far as EA goes. Are they just going to start going back to the well to look for simple paths to profitability? Probably.
Well, it looks like EA has nothing to do with the war in the north.
Oh, good.
And I'm glancing through this article right now. And
yeah, I'm scanning. I'm sorry.
We're really good. We're really good at being prepared for.
Normally, we'd have a little more research on a truncated timetable, and
true.
You have to make it to the dentist.
Yeah, it says it's unclear if there are any rights issues with those games given EA published them. So it sounds like EA has nothing to do with this. So some of the games that people want, we're not sure if it's going to happen because EA might still have the rights, despite the fact that Warner Brothers holds the rights to the franchise.
That was
licensed games
question,
are a whole.
Who owns the digital publishing rights or what have you? Yeah. What fans really want, however, are likely re-releases of the titles made under EA in the early to mid 2000s. Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah. So we've reached out to Aspire for comment on whether the EA titles are fair game or not, but either way, yeah. So if these do get remakes, then it seems like EA will not have anything to do with it, hopefully, because as you know, we talked last week or the week before about the Saudi acquisition finally going through, and the Kushner regime being part of that. I'm all set with.
Well, I mean, where do you draw the line anymore, man? Because it's like, well, Warner Brothers, who owns them? Oh, yeah. The Ellisons. Oh, shit.
Stay with indie. Go with indie games.
Just buy games that are made by the Balatro guy. We'll be all right.
Crap.
Well, you had some breaking pinball news.
Yeah. We still don't have a breaking news drop, do we?
It's kind of the same thing as the regular news statement.
We don't have it yet. Breaking news.
There you go.
So I was browsing social media last night, and it was really random. It was just some guy posted on one of the groups I'm in, and he was like, "Hey, I've got a source that's close to me that is saying that Costco is going to be dropping a Pokemon Pinball Home Edition tomorrow for $5,000. I can't give you any more information other than this, but I haven't seen anyone else talk about this. I just wanted to put it out there." And a bunch of people are like, "Yeah, okay, who are you? You're just some random dude." And lo and behold, there are photos of a Pokemon Pinball Home Edition in Costco this morning. So
why would you be skeptical? I mean, that's tough because the internet's the internet. But if a guy says, "I can't say why I know or how I know, but this is
because
happening,"
people only trust the quote unquote, trusted the
I know,
Nap
but
arcades.
What person is going to risk their entire career and be like, "I know this because I work for Stern and we just shipped them out last week and Costco had them," and then that person loses his job. What, to have credibility clout on the internet?
I have to say, though, it's stupid that this is the stance that it was, but I do appreciate people starting to be somewhat skeptical of things online, since everyone believes friggin' everything. So, on one hand, I appreciate some of the people being skeptical, but on the other hand, yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to finally draw the line on. But, yeah, it was true. I sent you a photo of it. I don't think it looks that great. It's a home edition. This is specifically meant for a mom and or dad wandering around Costco with their children, seeing this Pokemon thing, not knowing really about actual
very well-to-do
pinball
mom
machines.
or dad. I'll add.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's $5,000. If this is something that interests you, I would honestly say just try and find a used Pro Edition.
Yeah.
Because you could probably get a used Pro for about the same price as this home edition new. The photo that I have isn't the best, but the play you can definitely see that it's a home. It's made for the house. It's made for children to play for a month, get bored of it, and probably never touch again.
Yeah, I mean, we briefly touched on this before we started recording, and I think I said, who is this for? It's for people that don't know any better and have the money to turn $5,000 into an impulse purchase because Bobby likes Pokemon.
I've never seen a home because I think Star Wars had a home edition, Jurassic Park has had a home edition. There's been a few that Stern has released as home editions. I have never seen one of those on the secondhand market. And not that I'm looking for them, but I just haven't seen anyone sell them more than once. Because, I mean...
I don't think they're sought after by anyone other than who would make an impulse purchase.
Exactly, because you're going to just try and find a used one. Like, I can't imagine what trying to repair one of these is like. I mean, maybe it's just like a Pro or a Premium where it has... maybe, but I mean, is Stern carrying any parts for the home stuff? Because if you look at these ramps, these aren't the same ramps from the actual
what's
Pro
really
Premium.
What is the difference? Obviously, the backsplash secondary screen is a lot smaller.
There's no actual Pokeball. It's just a 2D like printout at the top of the playfield.
There are
no wire ramps.
What's the cat character? Does he still float down? Meowth.
He's down. I don't know if that lifts up or down or not. There are a lot fewer lights on this.
Yeah, because LEDs are really expensive.
The only kind of cool thing is even the Pokeball plunger. I'm pretty sure the Pro and Premium have an actual Pokeball as a plunger, and this just has like a sticker of a Pokeball put at the end of a plunger.
I wonder what the margins are on this versus your commercial machines.
I mean, my guess is it's probably huge because they're not going to be they're not churning volume out. I can almost guarantee that. Like, so I mean, because look, I think MSRP is about $6,500 to $6,900 for a Pro, and you can get the home for $5,000. Like,
well, here's an interesting thing: is that you can order a lot of the Pros with free shipping on Amazon now. So you could literally just swipe your card for $7,000 and have it at your door in 2 days. So I don't even know if the impulse purchase would be driving it anymore. It's just about seeing it and having that kind of FU money, I guess. I can't think of another person that's in the market for this.
No, I don't know anybody that owns one. Not that I'm, really big into the pinball community, but I know quite a few people, and I don't know any of them because people that know pinball aren't going to own this.
No, I can buy a used Deadpool for $3,800. Like, not saying that's not a lot of money, but I would sure as hell rather own that Pro than a $5,000 home edition that's stripped to the bone.
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, like we're not the target market, so that's why we think this is dumb. Probably, like if you know nothing about it, you love Pokemon, and maybe you played pinball back in the early 90s, late 80s, and you're like, oh man, and you have, a considerable chunk of disposable income. Yeah, if you don't know about, the pinball distributors, if you don't know about, the resurgence of pinball locations and everything, like, I don't know.
It's impulse, yeah.
I'll be interested I might do a little digging over the next few months to see if I can find anyone saying anything that have bought these to hear impressions on it. I mean, I don't have a Costco near me. I think you do. So if you get a chance to dive down
I go to
Costco
all the time. I've never seen one. I've never. I have 2 Costcos on either side of town.
Well, you also live in pinball land, so I wonder if that has anything to.
Difficult to say, but I guess when like Abt has their entire pinball showroom that you can go to, or any number of distributors that are around, but at the same time, I'd expect to still see it. I don't know.
Well, we'll send you out on assignment at some point here.
I'd like to play one and like actually get a feel for how it feels. If it feels cheap and toned down, or if it actually feels pretty good. It's still going to be a Stern product at the end of the day, so I don't think it's going to be garbage.
It's not, no. It's not going to be like those 3/4 cabs.
Hey, they're getting better, man.
I
can't remember who makes them, but whatever the last ones I tried, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of fun. I still wouldn't buy one, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah, we're maybe a little bit removed from this, but I don't know. If you see one, let us know. If you see one out in the wild at a Costco, reach out to us because we'd be curious to see what you all think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm building a $300 Steam machine because I don't have $1,400 to spend. I'm sure as hell not going to make a $5,000 impulse purchase.
All right, very quickly, I teased a chump of the week, and I want to get through it, but then we're gonna hop right into our backlog buster, brothers.
Yes.
Long story short, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast yet or not, but I was hoping to do a race called Reach the Beach. A buddy of mine, his work puts together teams every year, so you
this
can
was your
run.
chump last week, wasn't it?
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're still my chump. Fuck you.
Ragnar
Anyway.
races. Yeah. Yeah. Wyatt's still mad at them. So
Well, you know what? I did learn this week though that the permits that were denied back in February. So they've known for about 6 months that this probably wasn't going to happen, and they've just tried to keep it hush hush.
Have they tried to pay the state all the tens of thousands of dollars?
They have been radio silent on everything. No, they have responded to any people. People are now filing chargebacks with their credit cards to get their money back. They're not saying anything. The website, they have taken away the ability.
A rug pull at this point.
Oh, at this point. And I also learned that FitLab is actually the main company that owns this. They've canceled several races already this year in other locations. So this isn't just a one-off. Like, they are absolutely just taking the money and running. So you know what? You're still my chump of the week.
Yeah. All of those types of like Warrior Dash and all that shit that was, every single version of for a while there always struck me as a great way to hide huge sums of money.
Well, when all of those things like Reach the Beach used to actually be run by a local person in New Hampshire, and it was something that they put together, and it was great for years. And then, big corporate comes in and says, we will give you a ton of money to have this race because this is super successful.
Influence.
And this is what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's exactly the same thing with, Spartan races, Tough Mudders and stuff. Those were great when they were small, and then they all got consolidated into one thing. And once again, everything's
we see that people are doing this and it has a huge following, and we can insert advertising dollars into this thing now. Yeah, so you can all suck it
for everything.
And you are my chump of the week.
Chumps. I get around this by just not running. So that works.
Yeah,
out for
see,
me.
You're smart. I got to get into that. Do you need to take a bathroom break, or are we
I will
bust
go
right
process some coffee if you'll allow me on a short episode. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, brothers. This is the Hulkster. You need to watch We Don't Have It Yet with Nick and Wyatt, brother. If you don't, that's just not gonna work for me. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and join their Patreon, brother. Patreon.com/We Don't Have It Yet, brother.
And we are back. Hopefully Nick has something great for you there at the break, and we're going to get right into it. Backlog Buster Brothers, hit it. Nick, we've got a fun one this week. I think maybe 50% fun.
We both did our homework here, though. I'm proud.
Pretty quickly, too, because we recorded our last episode on a Sunday. We're here on Wednesday morning. And,
turn and burn, baby.
I'm proud of us. Now we're going to have a week and a half to do our homework, so I'm a little worried that maybe we won't get it done.
Well, the way that works is me going, I got plenty of time. I'll just do it later. And then all of a sudden, we're recording again tomorrow.
Welcome to ADHD, baby.
Yeah.
All right,
what did we watch / play?
God.
Remind the people.
We watched is it 2017, I believe? Yes, the 2017 film starring Tom Cruise, Jake Johnson, and Russell Crowe, The Mummy.
This was an Alex Kurtzman directed movie that was meant to launch the Universal Dark Universe.
Yeah, Dark Universe.
So the plan was to take all these monster movie properties, Frankenstein, The Mummy, all the classic Hollywood monsters, and relaunch them as a new world. And what were they? They were trying to build their own franchise.
Their own Avengers, basically.
Yep. And holy shit, does this movie not work at all?
I wanted to enjoy it. I really did. And I think I said this to you about 15 minutes into me watching the movie, and it stood true for the entire thing. Jake Johnson's basically the only good part of this movie.
He's the only thing that's mildly amusing.
Yeah.
And this is a good cast. This is a good cast. Yeah, Courtney Vance in there, Russell Crowe's in there, Jake Johnson, like, what's her name? Sophia Boutella, who was in Kingsman. She had the prosthetic legs and would cut people's heads off with them.
Yep.
She was actually perfectly cast, given her role.
She was probably, she played her role very well.
I don't understand. This movie perfectly encapsulates boardroom arrogance and decisions made from the boardroom, and people just consume whatever we tell them to. I don't know how else to land on this. I mean, Tom Cruise is smart enough to have known that this was a piece of shit while he was making it. I don't know. This is turning into the Tom Cruise cast lately, but
seriously, I mean, he got paid. Looks like he got paid about $13 million to do it. So
that'll help.
That's probably.
I actually watched some of the behind the scenes add-on things, and Alex Kurtzman's the director. He's in there going like, Tom Cruise says this is the biggest thing he's ever done. Really? In 2017, we're well into the Mission Impossible franchise. He probably just did the jump on the motorcycle off the cliff thing. That was after, but even still, like, where do you get your balls, guy? Yeah, I mean, Alex Kurtzman, I wasn't that familiar with. He's apparently the writer-director of the Transformers remakes, and he also did make MI3.
Which you loved.
He wrote it. He didn't direct it. And he also
directed
wrote
People Like Us and The Mummy are the only
Cowboys
two things
and Aliens. Yeah, and I don't want people to think that this is. I've seen it referred to as a remake of the Brendan Fraser movie. This has nothing to do with the Brendan Fraser series. So I guess Russell Crowe is like the Nick Cage, Samuel Jackson character.
Nick Fury, excuse me.
Yeah. I think we made that mistake last week.
Yeah, I made that. Yeah, dumbass.
I can't remember what the group's supposed to be called, but
God.
But he is also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and apparently has to give himself injections like every 12 minutes, or he turns into Mr. Hyde or something. Or that scene was so bad. Tom Cruise meets him, and it's uncovered that he is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he gives himself the injection to stop becoming Mr. Hyde. And then, like, later in that scene, he's loading up a giant shotgun syringe to do it again. It's, how often is this happening?
Seriously, Prodigium, I believe.
Welcome to Prodigium. And Prodigium was like the, S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters where all the monsters and evils in the world are fought off and held at bay. And this is going to set up this huge franchise where we fold in Tom Cruise as the anti-hero mummy, and I guess Frankenstein will be along at some point. And
the only other one they had announced at that point, because I was reading through this, was Bride of Frankenstein. It was going to be Angelina Jolie as Bride of Frankenstein.
Wow, yeah. And I'm glad they didn't make that. And then Warner Brothers came out and made The Bride this year, which was one of the biggest bombs that cost them like $200 million.
Oh, sorry. It was more than just Angelina. So Angelina Jolie was going to be the Bride of Frankenstein. Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man.
Yeah, they had a roadmap.
Javier Bardem was going to be Frankenstein's monster, and then Russell Crowe. They were going to basically be the Avengers of the Dark Universe.
And here's the thing that's really perplexing. So none of that happened. This entire movie is 2.5 hours of setup for a franchise that is never coming, because this entire movie is just set up. There's no payoff. You don't care about anyone in it. It's just setting up a larger universe that never came, because this was a huge failure, rightfully so. Universal still built the Dark Universe theme park.
Oh, because they planned on this thing being huge, so they were already planning on that, and then there was like, well, we've already done all this work, so guess we're just gonna go ahead.
Weird. Like, are they gonna try it again? Try and relaunch it? Like in
they 100% will.
A retcon DC universe kind of thing?
Yeah, I was like, how many times has DC been friggin' rebooted in the last 10 years? This 100% is going to, they'll try it again. I don't know why it didn't, I mean, I know why it didn't work, because this movie sucked, but like, if the movie was better, like, it would be an interesting thing to see.
It could have been. It's just a horrible piece of shit that was directed by committee and written by committee, apparently, and it's just, there's nothing here. Nothing.
It was 2 hours to find out that Tom Cruise is going to be the Mummy. There was 2 hours just to get to that point. You see this quote unquote big bad who maybe she's not bad, but she really is because, XYZ. And then it's just to be like, okay, Tom Cruise absorbed her powers.
Well, let's not forget the setup is that this somehow there's an
Indiana
Egyptian
Jones,
crypt underneath of London for some reason. I don't remember the exposition.
The Crusaders.
The Crusades. That's what
Crusades,
it was.
And they took that back, and they wanted to be buried with the treasures, and that's how they ended up in the London tube.
Yeah, The Mummy, Brendan Fraser, not a good movie, but a masterpiece compared to this piece of shit. And it shows that you can have a movie that's really not that great as if you have characters that people like and have fun in your movie. And any of the things that make an enjoyable popcorn film that this film doesn't have at all.
It didn't know what it wanted to be.
No, it's just absolutely horrible. But as we're shitting on that, weirdly, it has a tie-in game that released alongside of it that's still apparently doing quite well and is reviewed incredibly well and is great.
The Mummy Demastered.
Did you get a chance to play this?
I did. I was actually just playing it before we recorded. I played it before, but that shows you how much I was enjoying it, is that I wanted to get a little bit more in before we recorded. And it's a Metroidvania. It's a Metroidvania 2D Contra style shooter. Contra in the sense that you hold down a button and you can stand in place and you can shoot in 8 different directions.
That was my exact takeaway. I was going to say a Contra Metroidvania.
No, you could say a Controidvania.
Controidvania.
There we go. We invented the Controidvania. Oh man, I really could go for a Controid Metroidvania now. Contra Metroidvania.
You kind of have one. So
I guess like the actual Contra property, man.
You play as one of these prodigium marine nameless guys who comes across. Basically, the Mummy is an excuse to just have this Metroidvania game and fight against cool bosses and things like that. You don't die. If you die, it's kind of a Dead Cells situation.
Yeah, you do die. You actually, because I died for the first time right before we played, right before we started doing this, and you do die, and then you come back as a different agent that is following the trail.
Because and then you have to kill your former zombie self,
kill your former self to get your
mummied,
equipment.
I guess, and then get all your stuff back.
So your nameless character won through however many deaths you have in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping I could do it on one life, but that second boss really got me.
It really doesn't have much of anything to do with the movie, which I'm perfectly fine with. All. And the bosses are cool as shit. I don't know if you fought any yet, but I'm currently...
Yeah, I'm at the second boss right now.
Oh, so you're on it's like a bird / crocodile...
/ T-Rex looking dinosaur. Yeah.
None of that happens in the movie whatsoever, but it was really cool in the game. And I wouldn't even say this is a competent Metroidvania. I'd say this is a really good game, just in an oversaturated genre, really.
Yeah, and I mean, 2017, it's a lot more saturated now, I think, as we sit in 2026. It was still fairly saturated in 2017, but not to the level it was today. But I mean, the game still holds up almost 10 years later, and I think
still sells for $20 on Steam, and still very well rated.
Yeah, I think you said it's only like 7 or 8 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's the type of game that I really enjoy playing now, because it's very hard for me to sink 60, 70, 80 hours into something. But if I can, over the course of 2 weeks, bust this game out, I'm perfectly happy. And I told you before, we recorded this when we were talking about our assignments for next week, that, okay, cool, maybe I can bust it out quick, and then I can just play the Mummy and finish that up. Because it's quite like Hollow Knight before it. It's super enjoyable, and it's something that I just want to keep playing.
Yeah, I'm looking... main story, they said, is about 5.5 hours on how long to beat. Completionist is only 7 hours. I'm already 3-some hours into this. It sounds like you're right where I am at that boss. Which, that's a little short, but I'm comfy with it.
For $20, yes, but places like Fanatical, which is an actual legitimate seller of Steam places, it's on sale usually for like $5 to $6.
Oh yeah, there are key deals to be had.
Yeah,
and if you want to go gray market, you can go even cheaper.
Which I did want to support WayForward, because WayForward's awesome.
Yeah, WayForward are makers of what they made, Shantae,
River City Girls.
River City Girls. Yeah, so this is a studio with a real pedigree.
Yeah, they've done. I mean, I'm looking at their stuff right now. Recent stuff. Yeah, they're doing a new Shantae. They're doing a Double Dragon DLC for River City Girls.
Nice.
Yars Rising, Advanced Wars 1 and 2. Yeah, they've put out a lot of good games, and this is another one that I think if you get a chance, it's on PlayStation
Switch,
4,
PC.
Xbox, yeah, everything.
I think this was even a free game on Amazon's Luna streaming service. If you grabbed it at that time.
So
or it might still be on there. I've never used it.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the dichotomy of incredibly crappy movie to pretty damn good video game. Which, last week we had pretty damn good movie to pretty crappy video game.
I would go as far as to say damn good movie. I was really taken aback by how much I enjoyed Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I'm really sad that there wasn't another Dick Tracy ever made.
But this just speaks to the value of Backlog Buster Brothers, Wyatt, because now we got to experience it. Would we have ever played the Mummy Demastered or watched the piece of shit movie associated with it if it were not for this segment?
I mean, I can definitively say no. No, I would not have.
50% of the homework ended up being a nice surprise, so there you go.
So I'm going to let you tell everyone what we are doing this week, which I found this. I will pull the curtain back here, and while we're trying to come up with stuff here, I literally found an article that essentially listed almost every movie that has had a video game tie-in, and I had never heard of this video game. I have never heard of this movie with a cast that I've heard of just about everybody in, and I sent it to you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm on board, let's do it. So what are we doing? Who's in it, and what are we doing?
All right, so this movie is from 1994. I do not recognize the title. I don't recognize it, the cover from like a VHS from Blockbuster, and I sure as hell don't recognize the SNES box. So this one is totally out of left field. Wyatt brought it up, and we're gonna play and watch it. Starring Ray Liotta, Johnny Drama, Kevin Dillon. You got Ernie Hudson's in this. Lance Henriksen. This is a sci-fi action film called No Escape, and I know nothing about this. Nope. It looks like Ray Liotta's holding some sort of scoped rocket launcher on the cover, and I'll read the plot on Wikipedia here. In 2022, the penal system is run by corporations. Shocker.
Wow.
And prisoners are seen as assets. What the hell? This was made in 94? Highly trained ex-Marine J.T. Robbins, great name, is imprisoned for life for murdering his commanding officer after being ordered to kill innocent civilians in Benghazi. What the fuck, Wyatt?
Hollywood knows...
Having escaped from level 2 level 5 maximum security prisons, he is sent to level 6. A fellow prisoner tells him about Absalom, an island where they send the worst prisoners and which is feared more than the traditional prisons. The warden, after being held at gunpoint by Robbins, is convinced that he is a threat and exiles him to the island. Okay. From the producer of Aliens and The Terminator.
Like, how have we never heard? Like, obviously, I'm going to guess it's not very good. I haven't looked up any reviews or anything on it. I'm going to guess it wasn't a good movie, but it's another case of, look at this cast. How could it be bad?
Okay, yeah, and Martin Campbell was the director. He's a New Zealand guy, and I'm like, I've never heard of that guy. Who is he? Well, he apparently directed Casino Royale and GoldenEye. So, there you go. And then his career took a very long pause after directing 2011's Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds killed his career.
He didn't work for 6 years after that one. Oof.
I mean, I don't blame him.
I have no idea what to expect about this. Hopefully you can include links in the show notes for what this movie is. Did you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score or anything?
I didn't. Like I said, I haven't looked at anything because I want to, and don't tell me because I want to go in and just form my own opinion on this. I don't expect it to be good just because I have never heard this mentioned anywhere. I've never heard of the game. I'm going to guarantee you, I haven't even looked at any screenshots for the game. I just saw this has an SNES game. I assume this is going to be a week where we go, okay, the movie and the game sucked.
I'm envisioning something of like a top-down True Lies or Jurassic Park type of video game. But again, I have no idea what this movie is, so...
Yeah, well, let's take guesses then, because I'm going to guess that it's going to be a crappy imitation of, like, a Contra. And this is just based off of seeing the movie title of a guy holding a gun. Either you're going to be, like, side-scrolling run-and-gun, or... I don't know. I think it's like a side-scrolling run-and-gun. And if it's going to be, like, a tactical, slow-moving game, I have a feeling it's going to be crap.
Dude, I can't even find this movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
Did it come out? Is this a fever dream?
You didn't ask an LLM to come up with this list for you, did you? No, I'm looking at the Wikipedia article in the poster
yeah,
right
I asked
here.
it to write a whole Wikipedia article with links to...
I'm excited. I might jump right into this afternoon after I get finished with some work and just find out what it is. Yeah, it grossed $15 million in the United States and Canada and 22 worldwide. It does hold a Rotten Tomatoes review, 59% based on 22 reviews. So not a big
It's actually
pool.
better than I thought.
Yeah. 59's right in that could be this is a great movie territory.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe it is good, and for some reason, just nobody's ever talked about it.
Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars, giving praise to technical ambitions of the filmmakers in sets and costume, while calling it a film where little thought has been given to the personalities of characters. Well, it can't be less thought than we're given to the characters of The Mummy. We'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got to get this done sooner than later, because like I said, I want to go back to playing The Mummy, so I'm actually off of work today. I got a dentist appointment here after we finish recording this, and then maybe I'll just toss this on the old boob tube after I get home. And
I might have to be playing the SNES game on an emulator on a flight to Maryland tomorrow. We'll see.
Let's look at that. Let's get our work done and enjoy ourselves. So I think for this truncated episode, that's about all I got. What about you?
No, buddy. I'm glad we were able to knock this out. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us. Reminder to please subscribe to the Patreon if you can. If you want to support us, we will give you access to a bonus Top 5 episode every month. But otherwise, we'll just show up in your inbox and remind you that we're here to talk to you every week, and it's totally free to you. And you'll get access to fun things like our monthly handheld giveaways. Congrats to Matt, our most recent winner. Glad to see that he received his unit. And stay with us, sign up on the Patreon, and you could win yours, because Wyatt's got a whole stack of them.
I sure do. And if you've already followed our Patreon and you haven't left us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, what are you waiting for?
Please,
if you love us enough to join our Patreon, why don't you go ahead and give us that nice little 5-star review so we can get our product in front of more people, and maybe we'll get that big advertising money from like Guy Douche or
the Algos. They
Dude
run our lives.
Chow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man wipes.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us again for Nick and Wyatt on August 12th, 2026. This was We Don't Have It Yet. Love ya.
Loves yous.